The Untold Truth. Jay-Z and P. Diddy in the spotlight. A world of luxury and secrets. Imagine two music giants with careers that shaped generations, now involved in a web of allegations that no one expected. Jay-Z and P. Diddy, synonymous with success, wealth, and influence, face accusations that have shaken the industry. But what is really behind these stories? Get ready for a revealing journey. A friendship that became a partnership. It all started in the 90s, a vibrant time for hip-hop, when the genre went from being just a subculture to becoming the center of attention in the music world and in business. Jay-Z and P. Diddy were not just prominent figures. They were shaping this transformation. Jay-Z, with his unparalleled lyrical ability and business acumen, and P. Diddy, with his charisma and talent for creating hits and setting trends, formed a seemingly unstoppable duo. This was no ordinary friendship. It was a strategic connection, based on mutual interests and a desire to dominate not only the music charts, but also the corporate world. They weren't just making music, they were building an empire. Their collaborations resulted in hits that not only defined the decade, but also built legacies that seemed indestructible. Behind the scenes, this alliance was seen as a driving force. Together, they symbolized hip-hop's rise to the cultural elite, transforming a form of expression born in the streets into a global phenomenon. From lavish events to meetings with major brands, everything they touched seemed to turn to gold. However, like many success stories, their trajectory was not without its shadows. The power and influence they built brought with it difficult questions. What really went on behind the scenes? Was this seemingly solid relationship hiding secrets that are only now beginning to come to light? Today, this friendship and partnership are being seen in a new light. Recent accusations and revelations challenge the public image that both men have cultivated over the decades. Did they use their power responsibly? Or is there more to the story than the public could ever imagine? This connection, which was once synonymous with inspiration and achievement, now raises difficult questions about the cost of fame, the choices made in the name of success, and the impact this can have on the lives of those around them. Controversial connections. A complicated relationship. At the heart of the music scene in the 90s, another name stood out with force: R. Kelly. The singer, producer, and songwriter was one of the biggest stars of the decade, with hits that dominated the charts and influenced an entire generation. However, behind his fame, there were horrific allegations that, years later, culminated in his conviction for serious sexual crimes. This dark reality about R. Kelly has long been ignored or downplayed, especially by those who shared his social circle. Among these figures were Jay-Z and P. Diddy, who, at the height of their careers, maintained a significant closeness with the singer. Musical collaborations, joint events, and public appearances suggested a friendship and alliance that went beyond the professional world. However, as the allegations against R. Kelly became more serious and evidence of his predatory behavior intensified, questions arose. To what extent were Jay-Z and P. Diddy aware of R. Kelly's actions? Were they aware of his criminal practices? The closeness between these powerful artists has generated a series of speculations. The question that arose was clear. To what extent are major public figures responsible for what happens in their inner circles? Indeed, both Jay-Z and P. Diddy maintained their ties to R. Kelly even after rumors and evidence of his disturbing behavior emerged. This calls into question the responsibility of influential figures and the difficulty of separating friendship, business, and ethics. These connections raise an important question about the impact of the choices made by those at the top. Big stars have the power to influence and change realities, but when they get involved with problematic figures, where's the line between being complicit and being ignorant? This dilemma is not unique to the music world. It extends to all areas where power and prestige can cloud judgment. Shocking allegations. A night that made history. The most serious accusations arose from a report dating back to the year 2000. After an MTV event, a young underage girl claimed to have been abused at a party attended by Jay-Z and P. Diddy. The victim detailed moments of horror, describing a situation of vulnerability in an environment surrounded by powerful figures. It is a difficult story to hear, but crucial to understanding the impact of unequal power structures. American rapper Jay-Z, one of the most prominent figures in music and business, I was formally charged last Sunday with drugging and sexually abusing a 13-year-old girl during a party that took place after the 2000 MTV Music Awards ceremony. The accusation came to light in the context of a larger investigation, which involves a large-scale sex trafficking scandal, a case that has already led to the preventive detention of P. Diddy, another music icon, also suspected of being involved in the crime of abusing the same young girl. The revelation of these accusations has shocked the music industry and raised serious questions about the behind-the-scenes power and influential figures that dominate the entertainment scene. The investigation, which began to gain great attention after P. Diddy's arrest in September, has expanded as new names, many of them famous figures, emerge as suspects. The case is not limited to those directly involved, but also puts into focus the circles of power in which these celebrities are inserted. As the investigation unfolds, the pressure on the accused and on the figures in the sector only increases, with new allegations emerging in an increasingly compelling manner. The lawsuit against Jay-Z was formally filed in October in the Southern District Court of New York. Initially, the complaint did not mention the rapper by name, who was identified only as celebrity in the court document. However, this past Sunday, the federal court finally revealed that the mysterious figure was in fact Jay-Z, and he was formally charged with the crime of sexual abuse of a minor. This development caused the spotlight to turn even more intensely on the rapper, who, until then, had maintained an impeccable public image. The accusation alleged that, after the MTV event, the young woman had been drugged and sexually assaulted at an exclusive party, which was attended by several celebrities, including Jay-Z and P. Diddy. The victim, whose identity was kept confidential, claimed that she felt extremely vulnerable in an environment surrounded by powerful and influential figures, unable to defend herself in the face of the situation. The case, which is already quite delicate, brings to light the issue of abuse of power and asymmetrical relationships of influence, which can silence victims and hinder the search for justice. In response to the accusations, Jay-Z issued a statement on the social media of his record label, Roc Nation, which he founded and presides over. In the statement, Jay-Z vehemently denied any involvement in the case and expressed outrage at the allegations. The rapper emphasized that he has always had a firm stance against abuse and has always defended the protection of children. In addition, he publicly criticized the lawsuit, accusing attorney Tony Busby, who represents the accusing party, of trying to extort and blackmail him and his team. Jay-Z's statement also included harsh criticism of the way the case was being handled, suggesting that the accusations were unfounded and motivated by personal and financial interests. In his text, the rapper alleged that he was the target of a campaign to tarnish his image and asked that justice be served clearly and without manipulation. He has positioned himself as an advocate for victims and has stated that he is committed to fighting sexual abuse, despite the serious accusations that have now been leveled against him. This case has generated a great deal of repercussion on social media and in the media, with many people questioning how such influential figures could have been involved in such a serious scandal. The investigation surrounding P. Diddy and Jay-Z has raised a broad debate about power in the entertainment world, the dynamics of abuse, and how celebrities can use their position to manipulate or intimidate victims. In addition, the repercussion of the accusations has highlighted the need for a deeper reflection on power structures and how they can protect or hide unacceptable behavior, affecting lives irreparably. The impact of this case is not limited to those directly involved, but also to their legions of fans and followers, who now face the dilemma of dealing with the possibility that their idols may have been responsible for such serious actions. This process not only exposes those involved, but also serves as a warning about the need for greater vigilance and accountability in power relations, both on and off camera. Jay-Z's response: defense or silence. When the allegations came to light, Jay-Z quickly denied any involvement. In public statements, he defended his reputation and condemned what he called sensationalist maneuvers. But were his words enough? For many, the answers seemed superficial, while doubts grew. Impact on social media: a fierce debate. As always, social media became the stage for a battle of narratives. On one side, advocates for the artists clamored for conclusive evidence. On the other hand, victims' advocates demanded justice and a closer look at abuse cases. The lawyer representing the alleged victim, Tony Busby, reported receiving threats during the proceedings, evidence of how dangerous standing up to power can be. A society in reflection, the voice of victims. Cases like this force us to face uncomfortable truths. Why do we still live in a society that so often doubts victims? And what can we do to change that? It is essential to create space for honest dialogue about child protection, equality, and the impact of power on social dynamics. This case is not just about Jay-Z, P. Diddy, or any other famous name. It is about us as a society and how we choose to stand up to injustice. If you have something to report, do it. Your courage can save lives and change stories. Let's come together to ensure a future where no one has to suffer in silence anymore. Share this video. Awareness is the first step to change. And if you want to continue following stories that need to be told, subscribe to our channel. Together, we can make a difference.